I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fibre of my entire being. Together, we can make this world a much more harmonious place. How you doing today, guys? I want to share something with you that's very important for everybody on earth right now. So many people are struggling with various different elements and aspects of life, and a number of the reasons people are struggling is to do with the symptoms people are experiencing from their own expansion of their inner world, expansion of consciousness, expansion of their hearts, and it all comes down to activation of certain dormant genetic sequences that are encoded inside of our DNA. They've always been there, and the light that's hitting the planet at the moment is starting to activate it. It's a little bit like a CD. If you've got a CD with data on it and you run a blue laser over that CD, then it's going to pick up certain frequencies of information, certain bands of information. If you run a green laser over it, it's not going to pick up the information that the blue laser can pick up, but it picks up a different set of frequency bands which contain different information, different activation codes, etc., etc. And this is what's happening inside of your cells, inside of your body. And as we wake up as individuals, as a global community, there are symptoms. Just like when you're ill, you have a symptom which has an emotional story behind it. So today I just want to share with you a number of these symptoms. You may be experiencing all of them. You may be experiencing some of them. You may experience some of them together. Some of them may be sporadic. You may never experience some of them. It's highly likely that you will at some point on your spiritual journey. So I just want you to be aware of them. So when these things are happening to you, that you don't think anything's wrong. You can just sit there, lie there, stand there on your surfboard and just ride that wave, baby. Because that's all you can do. You can't fight this stuff, you can't push this stuff away, you can't subdue this stuff. This is part of the game, man. This is part of the process. You've just got to get on that surfboard and ride. Surf. Left, right, up, down, ride that wave. You can't control the wave. All you can do is ride the board that's on the wave. And the board is you, the wave is this crazy game of life and this inner spiritual wisdom that we're unlocking as we make our way to becoming superhuman and unleash our starseed nature. So I'm going to share with you 25 DNA activation symptoms. The first one, which is really common, number one, aches and pains, primarily headaches. I mean, we can get aches and pains throughout our body and they just come from nowhere. And we think that something's wrong, we've knocked ourselves, we've banged ourselves, or we've got something wrong with our stomach, or we've got this stabbing pain in our solar plexus. And there's nothing wrong. Things are just changing. You're like a caterpillar. You've gone into this chrysalis and you're about to become a beautiful butterfly, and things are changing biologically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay, so you get aches and pains, it's normal. Headaches when your pineal gland is expanding, your head's rewiring, your neural pathways are changing, your pineal gland itself is growing back to its normal size. You're going to get headaches, and these kind of headaches can be splitting and not very nice. But there's no point going and taking paracetamol or Nurofen or some kind of painkiller. You just got to ride it out. Be brave, sit in your space and just cruise, okay? Ride the wave, baby. Number 2, sudden changes in your career, relationships. You know, suddenly you could be working for a company and then you get fired, or another opportunity arises and you find yourself doing something else. Usually the universe is guiding you, you know, down the path, ensuring that you travel in the direction that you need to travel in, so you get to learn the lessons that you need to learn and you get to be where you're supposed to be. Relationships are breaking up left, right and centre at the moment. Friendships, marital relationships, relationships with children, parents, all over the place. As you expand and your consciousness grows, you can't be in the same environment as someone on a lower vibration. So automatically, naturally, you just part company. Sometimes it can be hard because the ego fights to hold on to what it's known for a long, long time. But that's okay. It's part of the process. Ride the wave, okay? If your career changes, don't go into fear. If you finish with a long-term relationship, don't go into fear. Embrace it. Welcome it. Because on the other side of the temporary pain is a sea of infinite beauty waiting for you. Number 3, your soul purpose. Often by breaking up with a relationship or having a career move or something sudden happening in your life, something drastic, something out of the blue, a real curveball, it can knock you off the rail tracks that you're on and onto a new set of rail tracks, which are usually closer to your soul purpose, closer to your so-called aspirations and dreams, closer to what you came to planet Earth to do, to fulfill your mission. As a spiritual being having a human experience, you have a mission, you have a soul purpose. It was pre-written into your contract before you incarnated into this human form. So when things are changing, allow them to change, because you're going to hit number 3, your soul purpose. It's very, very important. Acceptance, allow, go with the flow, ride the wave. Number 4, your soul tribe. As you move and shift and you ride this wave, you start to connect with people that just come into your environment, into your space, and it feels like you've known them forever. That they're some kind of long lost brother or sister or a partner, mother, father, whoever they are, child, auntie, uncle. You just know them. You look into their eyes and you see their soul and you recognize yourself within them, and you could talk to these people for hours and hours and hours and be in their company. That's because you've incarnated with this soul group so many times, and during this time of elevation and expansion, you're reconnecting with that soul tribe. You're reconnecting with those that have pre-agreed to ride this wave with you, to expand their consciousness in your environment, and you can overcome these challenges and these obstacles and ride this beautiful path together. So you're connecting with your soul tribe. Number 5, forgiveness. You find it a lot easier to forgive and just to move on from certain circumstances, to cut energy cords from people that are no longer serving you, your spirit, your soul. Mentally, physically, emotionally, they could be draining you, and you're just finding it easy to forgive these people. You can snip the cords and just carry on flowing, riding that wave. 6, you start to trust your intuition a lot more. You hear that subtle, inner, kind, soft voice and you listen to it. Whereas before you used to disregard it and think, well, it was just my thoughts, it's not really me, it's not my inner guidance. But now you're trusting. You're starting to trust and you're starting to flow, because that inner voice loves you. It's going to guide you in the direction of your dreams, of love, of beauty, of intelligence. So trust your intuition, my friend. Number 7, unusual sleep patterns. You know, some nights you're going to wake up several times, other nights you're going to sleep all the way through, you might be tired in the afternoon. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just expanding and changing, and sometimes, you know, this process is deep, okay? You need to rest. When your body says rest, you've got to listen, you've got to rest, you've got to take a step back, turn off your laptop, turn off your phone, go and lie down, go and meditate, go and sit under a tree and cuddle it for 2 or 3 hours. Rejuvenate, replenish, it's so important. Okay, when your sleep's all over the place, it's part of the process. Don't try and fight it. Go with the flow and ride the wave. Number 8, you know that feeling when you wake up and you haven't got a clue where you are and it freaks you out? You know, you wake up and you're really disorientated. Okay, you don't know what time it is, you don't even know whether you're in your bed or in your body, whether you're dead, whether you're alive, and you freak out a little bit and you're like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, it's a scary feeling sometimes. You know, for 2 or 3 seconds, maybe 5, 10 seconds, you haven't got a clue where you are. That's normal. You know, when you're off in your dream state, you're bilocating, you're traveling to other dimensions, other frequency bands, different densities, and you're communicating with different beings. Sometimes you're not, you're just experiencing things from your own self, maybe connecting with your other multi-dimensional selves. All of this stuff is normal. You know, 99% of the time you don't remember this stuff, but when you wake up you have that disorientation because part of you's still there and part of you's back in your physical body. So you're like, what the fuck's going on, man? Where am I? That's cool, it's normal, okay? Don't freak out. Just allow that stuff to happen, okay? Bilocation, it just happens naturally, okay? And there's also lots of ET races out there, mostly malevolent, that are working with you to take you into these other frequency bands to help you remember and share things with you. And a lot of the time you're not ready to remember this stuff, so you don't. There's obviously benevolent ET races out there too that, you know, want to insert holographic imprints to try and derail your train and freak you out a little bit, but that's a conversation for another day, okay? All you need to know is if you wake up and you can't remember who you are, what you are, where you are for a few seconds, it's normal. It's part of the process. Just ride the wave, baby. A lot of the time you get intense dreams, real intense dreams, and a lot of the time they make no sense. Okay, you're expanding. You know, you're a multi-dimensional being. Okay, and a lot of these times, these dreams, they kind of feel like you're awake and you're inside of these dreams. So you don't even know whether you're really asleep or whether you're awake. I mean, who actually knows when you're awake whether you're asleep or when you're asleep whether you're awake? What's the difference? You know, really and truthfully, what is the difference? So, you know, you're experiencing so much in the same space, across a number of different frequencies and densities, all ground down into the now. So you're multidimensional in these other realms and spaces, and it can feel a little bit strange sometimes. So if you get in these intense dreams and you're waking up, or you're experiencing, you know, you're awake whilst you're in the dream, if that makes sense. If you've experienced this, just ride it, allow it, accept it, have fun with it. Just let go and let it happen. Let it take you. Ride it. Have fun with it and explore. And let go of any judgment of any situation to do with anything that you're experiencing. Just flow with it, baby. Just flow with it. Number 10, back to disorientation, but this time in the waking state. So sometimes you can be driving, or you can be walking, or you can be sat in your office or in your bedroom or playing with your kids, and you're having this kind of disorientation between 3D and 5D, 3D and 4D. I mean, some of us have moved into this 4D state and are in it a lot more. But some people are fluctuating between 3 and 4 or 3 and 5, some people 4 and 5. And you can kind of just be sat there, your memory's gone blank. You know, you walked into a room to go and do something and you had a clear intention, and you remember you had a clear intention, but you walked through that door into the lounge or into the office or into the kitchen, and boom, you've forgotten what the fuck you walked in there for. Okay? That's okay. That is okay. Another thing that happens with this disorientation and this kind of shifting between 3 and 4D is things don't look so solid. So you can walk into a space and it might look like 2 spaces, or it might look like a completely jellified, de-solidified space where there's solid walls but they don't look so solid. You know, that can happen too. These things are normal, okay? Seeing that de-solidified, jellified state is actually completely the way it should be, okay? But we're just so conditioned with our 5 senses, our box standard 5 sense reality, just see this solidness and this bodily form, and there's so much more beyond that, and you're going to start to get glimpses of that. Maybe you are already. Number 11, 0 judgment. You find that you've stopped judging yourself and you've stopped judging other people. You can allow other people to come into your space and accept them for who they are, and you can accept yourself for who and what you truly are too. And that's massive. That is huge. Number 12, loneliness. You know, this journey can be lonely as you break away from your friends, family, and, you know, you're kind of drifting before you kind of meet those new people, the new set of spiritual allies here on this earth plane that you're going to connect with, your soul tribe. Okay, there can be a feeling of loneliness. Sometimes you can wake up and feel really, really lonely, or you can just be drifting through your day and feel lonely. That's okay. Sit in that space and feel that loneliness as full as possible and enjoy it. Get to enjoy your own company, okay? Being alone isn't really alone, okay? It's only the ego that sends these thought frequencies, these patterns to induce those emotions that make you feel alone, okay? You're not really alone. You're connected to everything. We're all one. You're connected to me, you're connected to every single human being on this planet, and also all other sentient beings, the plants, trees, animals, fish, moon, stars, okay? Everything. We're all connected by vibration, rhythm, sound, frequency, so you can't be alone. It's impossible. But if you feel those feelings, it's natural, so accept them, be with them, and sit in your space, and they'll pass, my friends. Trust me. They'll pass. Number 13, 0 tolerance for negativity. You just can't put up with that shit anymore, okay? If someone comes into your space and they're negative, okay, you can accept them for who they are, but you're going to say, no, I'm not going to stay in this space with someone on a lower vibration with me. I'm just going to move on back into my own space and be who I am, be what I am, and just enjoy my own company. Go into nature, cuddle some trees, smell some flowers, sit by the water, and connect with the vibration of love, okay? You can have 0 tolerance for negativity, and that's cool. Number 14, you might find that your passion for life is up and down. You could be there 1 minute, high as a kite, then you could be down in the dumps. So you're on this kind of, this wave. You got the crest and the trough, the crest and the trough. You know, you're feeling a little bit depressed one day, then up again the next day, okay? You go through those little spells, okay? It's normal, okay? We're multidimensional. We have so much ability within our own DNA, and we get snippets of it from time to time, and when we meditate and we go on these journeys and we connect with unconditional love, then suddenly we're back into this kind of 3D reality where there's war and there's all this other stuff going on. It can throw you from left to right, up and down, and you can feel a little bit less passionate one day than another. And if you feel like that, don't think anything's wrong with you, okay? You're a human being. You've got emotions, you've got feelings. Again, ride that wave. All things pass, okay? Nothing is set in stone forever, okay? Your energy, you're drifting, you're mixing, you're ebbing and flowing like water going down a river, down a stream, okay? All things pass, my friend. Number 15. Sometimes you can have that longing to go home. You know, you just want to return to wherever it was you came from. You can't really logically kind of comprehend and remember exactly where that space is, but you know there's something deeper, there's something more, there's something so much more beautiful than what you see, feel, smell, touch, taste. There's so much more beyond that. And it's all in here inside your infinite cosmic heart. So if you ever get that longing to go home, that's okay. You're already home, my friends. You're already there. We're just stripping away the layers so you can experience it. It's beautiful. Love every second of the journey. Number 16, heart chakra, expanding beyond infinite belief. You have that feeling of unconditional love for yourself and for everything else that's around you. You just love everything. You stop, you look at a flower, you look at a cat or a dog or a hamster or a fish, or you see a leaf falling from a tree or a blade of grass, the sun shining, you know, the smile on a stranger's face, whatever it might be. And you're pouring out exquisite, unconditional joy, divinity. You exacerbate unconditional love in the purest of forms, and you just feel that deep, deep connection to source, to love, to light, to the stars, to the heavens, to yourself, to your own heart. And it feels like you haven't got a body. You're so expanded here that you're bigger than this. You're just so big, you're infinite, and you're just radiating out this joy in all directions, up, down, 360 degrees all around. And it's beautiful, my friends. This is what we're returning to. This is the feeling that's going to change the face of humanity. Allow us to be a nurturing, caring, sharing, loving, global community of beautiful humans that just want to be in each other's spaces and love 24/7, 365 days a year. Sharing and caring. Open this. Allow it to open. Live down here, my friends. Get out of here and live in here. Feel the vibration of life. Number 17, you start to see energy. You see beyond the illusion. You look at a tree and you see particles. You look at empty space and you see a mixture of waves and particles. You see the depth within the invisible. Okay, because empty space is so rich. It's so full of life. It's so full of everything. It's not empty. You look at an animal, you look at a human being and you see their soul, you see their lights. You don't see their physical ego mask. You see the truth. You see love, you see light, you see divinity. You see atoms and molecules and particles and a constant, ever ebbing and flowing stream of consciousness. This is normal. This is what you are. You are your environment and your environment is you. We are connected by an invisible force. Number 18, you start to experience communication from extraterrestrials, from angels, from other beings that reside in other frequency bands, in other densities. As they reach out to connect with you, to guide you, to help you, to nurture you and nourish you, and elevate your levels of expanded consciousness on this cosmic spiritual journey. Trust what you see, trust what you hear, trust what you feel, trust yourself. 19, remote viewing. You could be sat there, stood there, going about your daily tasks, and suddenly in your mind you can see another space. Could be a building, could be something from your so-called past or your so-called future, as we look at this and try and dissect it in linear time. But we can't, because it's all now. But you start to have those short snippets and remote viewing experiences. They're completely normal. When you do get those experiences, don't try and latch onto them, because often it disappears. Just allow it to kind of float there in your consciousness, and it will expand more and more. Number 20, experiences of astral travel. You could be doing something, whatever it is, and suddenly you're somewhere else. and it's a real experience. You've projected your consciousness into another space. And you're experiencing the here and now in that space. It's beautiful. If you find this happening to you, nothing's wrong with you. It's perfectly normal. You have these abilities and these capabilities, and it's waking up inside of you. Allow it to happen, my friends. Ride that wave. 21. Telepathic communication. You must have experienced it where you've thought of a friend or a loved one, and then suddenly they've called you. That's telepathy, baby. They had a thought to call you, and we're consciousness. We're all connected, just like that. So as soon as that human being had that thought, you had that thought too, and then they phoned, because there's a delay in the time it takes to take that action. That's a basic form of telepathy. You might find that you're sat with people in a meeting, or you're not in a meeting, and you're able to feel what they're feeling or hear what they're thinking. You're not going crazy. It's normal. You have these abilities. This is what you are. You're electromagnetic. You're powerful. Your energy. Your frequency. You can tap into the resources of this expanded universe and other multiple universes at the drop of a hat. Just like that. There is no time delay. You can just think it, feel it, and you're there. You can experience whatever you want to experience with your mind and your heart. Just use it wisely, my friends. Do everything from here, with love. That's what's important. Love, love, love. Number 22, time. Time's crazy. It doesn't even exist, and you might find it speeding up or slowing down. You might find that the day just seems to take forever, or suddenly the day just evaporates and disappears and you don't know where it's gone. That's because there is no time, and your consciousness is flipping between different realities, frequency bands and dimensions, different densities. And sometimes it feels like you don't know whether you're coming or going, and time just seems all over the place. Now, as you get to experience this more and more, you'll be able to start manipulating time. But there's a whole other video that I could share, lots of information on that. It's too much for this video. Okay, this is just about the DNA symptoms, but you can bend time. You can speed it up, you can slow it down. Okay, if you need to get somewhere, and you know that in this human time, you're probably not going to get there within the hour or the 45 minutes, you can slow time down by using your thoughts and your emotions, by using frequency and imagination. Everything's possible, my friends, and you're going to get to experience this more and more as you go deeper and deeper into your own innate and inherent abilities as a superhuman. You're awesome. Know that. Number 23, you start to notice patterns. 111, 22, 333, 444, 555. 133, whatever it might be. You see these patterns of numbers everywhere. That's just the universe communicating with you. Angels, guides, your own inner self, letting you know that you're on path, that you're in tune, that you're heading in the right direction. So see these signs as beautiful, and just smile to yourself. In here, in your minds. Smile in your fingers, smile in your knees, smile in your shoulders. Let every single cell of your being smile from the inside out. Radiate pure joy as you ride this wave and follow this path to eternal glory. As the heavens inside of you open, because you, my friends, are the power. You are it. You are love. Number 24, you become authentic and you don't care about what anyone else thinks of you. You be you, fully, wholly, unconditionally, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes and out into this crazy universe. Okay, you be you, and you don't care what people think, because there is no judgment, There is no right, there is no wrong. There's just you and this big old universe to play in. You start to become like a kid again. You start to have fun, to laugh, to live, and to play. You become authentic, just like a little kid. It's beautiful, my friend. I love you so much. Number 25, there's a loss of fear. As you realize that there's no time, there's no future, there's no past, and right here in the present moment that nothing can affect you, nothing can harm you. Right now, everything is okay. That fear just dissolves, it dissipates. You don't feel it anymore, and you step fully into your own power, which lies in here. Fearless, brave, courageous. You're a warrior of lights. You came to planet Earth to fulfill a mission, a sole purpose. These symptoms, you're going to experience them on your journey. Allow them to be there. Don't run from them, don't fight them. Enjoy them. They're part of the process, part of the journey. And it's not about the goal, the journey is what matters. I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fibre of my entire being. Together we can make this world a much more harmonious place. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel now. Share these videos with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. Teamwork, baby. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to sharing with you again very, very soon. One love.